2020. That's right, we're back. The lights are still on. Ladies and gentlemen, Egghead News, partnering here with Nerd Generation. And what are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? We're talking about The Batman Test Footage Review. And with me from Nerd Generation, the Incalculable, the Measured, the Matrix. That's right. Pablo, Solano P, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Man, there's too much going on, man. We all know what's going on. I think the whole world knows what's going on. We're on the countdown for the MCU coming back in May. I think everybody's happy about Black Widow. There were some naysayers. There were some doubters. And I never doubted. P, you never doubted. We just didn't know what it was. Is that safe to say? Can we say that?
Yes.
We just didn't know what it was. But now that we've seen...
Now that we know, I think
we
it's
all
going to
in.
be an epic film. It's going to be an
We
epic
all in.
film.
Can you make a prediction right now? Can I make a prediction right now?
I'm going to say...
About Black Widow?
Go ahead. You go.
I think everybody's going to fall in love with Red Guardian. Oh, I said it right there. He's going to steal your heart. He's going to steal your heart. He's going to steal your heart. He's that old man who's about to make that last mission. Do you see that last mission? I think I see that coming. Yeah, I think I called it. Make a prediction. Give me a peek. Come on, Pete. Give me a prediction. Black Widow.
I don't know specifically what Black Widow will reveal. I think, and I continue to say, is that Black Widow will be a part of the foundation that creates the next set of phases. It'll be something that we go back to, just like Iron Man was. You know what I'm saying? And those first few films, Black Widow will be the film that we refer back to a lot of the Earth-based villains and story in that universe. Obviously, you and I know that it'll be Earth-based films with big villains, Doctor Doom, things of that nature, and the cosmic-based villains such as Galactus and many others. But for Earth-based, Black Widow is going to be the foundation, and I think it's gonna do great numbers.
I think you're absolutely right. I think Marvel, Kevin Feige, Louisa, I think they're just setting the pace. They're a machinery, unlike those other kids across the street, but that's another story. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not here right now to talk about the great and the matrix called the MCU. We're here to talk about a little piece and a little information, a little footage that got leaked or released. I think released is the word. Matt Reeves has released some test footage, red screen, of the upcoming The Batman movie with Mr. Robert Pattinson. That's right, Robert Pattinson from Twilight. Since you guys can't get over the fact that he was with Twilight, you're still making that his number one catchphrase. Even though he did do a good job with that little movie he had with Willem Dafoe, where they played two psychos and one psycho trying to kill the other psycho in the movie called The Lighthouse. But anyway, take a look at that. Like we said before, P, you mentioned it before. The kid's a good actor. You cannot take that away from him now.
Yes.
The fact that he will be in the upcoming movie, Christopher Nolan, The Tenant, with Mr. John David Washington. You know, that's Denzel's son.
That will be our first peek
of how good an actor
on a bigger stage outside of Twilight.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're hearing it first. We're just knocking down walls here. We're setting precedent. We will see Robert Pattinson submit his name as, guess what? I'm a good actor. I'm not just a popcorn. I'm not just Saturday morning. I'm actually a good actor. But anyway, let's talk about the test footage that has set the genre on fire. P, what did you think about the test footage of the upcoming, in production, The Batman by Matt Reeves?
I'll say this, and I don't mean to be long-winded, but I want to get my point across. I was excited when it was announced that Robert Pattinson was going to be the Batman, because he had been mentioned in prior conversations, right? And so it came to pass. See, I mean, if you guys aren't listening to us, you're not getting in on the stuff that we know. Anyway, the Batman, the guy who always seems to start it off.
Very true.
And I was excited, and I was excited from that day, and I got more excited when the announcements of the other cast members were announced.
Okay.
When they had Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, I'm in. The dude is amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's easy.
Yeah, And then the subsequent other actors that they named.
John Turturro, that's right.
This is the role for him. This is it for him.
Oh yeah.
This is for him to be known globally. He may not be known globally like Captain America, Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, and the names that are attached to those characters.
Okay.
This test footage did not get me more excited. We have had a history of the WB not being able to let people do what they need to do for these characters.
Correct.
They always seem to suggest or
Correct.
edit this out, and they always cause havoc because why? They're trying to make money and they're not making it because that's all they're thinking about.
Correct.
I like the theme music. I like the tone.
Okay.
And it's not to sound like I'm disappointed because I'm not. I'm excited, but I haven't been more excited since the announcements. This didn't excite me. Like, yo, I wasn't like that. I was just like, okay. I wasn't too sure of the jawline. He looked real young. He looked like he can play this character for at least 10, 15 years.
That's true. That is true.
I'm excited, but this didn't excite me more.
Okay. How do you feel about the fact that the internet, the genre, the heads have gotten geopolitical? Some are citing they want Ben Affleck back. I don't know what Matt Reeves' test footage has to do with the aforementioned and just won't go away Zack Snyder interpretation of the DC Universe via the Justice League, via the Batman versus Superman. How do you feel that some people call the test footage, and ladies and gentlemen, which is a contradiction to itself, some people call the test footage cosplay. Wow.
I mean, listen, I refuse to. I mean, we all thought Joaquin Phoenix was going to be great as a Joker. There was no denying it. When it was announced, I was like, "This is some serious movie. This is going to be a serious movie." I knew from get when he was announced. Heath Ledger, not so much. Michael Keaton, not so much. Even more
That's
so.
True. That's true.
And they turned out to be great.
They turned out to be icons. Icons. Okay.
But to those people, just to answer your questions, to those people who are calling, I mean, right now, you know, you're going to have the jokesters. You're going to have the guys looking for that, you know what I'm saying, funny moment, the memes or whatever.
Yeah, get the headline. Grab the moment. Yeah. I just find it amazing how, you know, it's funny. Ben Affleck went on the talk shows and they said, no. And now I want Ben Affleck back. That's how fickle the public is. I'm not here to beat up the public, but everybody can remember. I'm sure Ben Affleck will remind you. That's the nature of the beast. That's the belly of the business. I saw the test footage, and ladies and gentlemen, I guess I'm an old comic head, just like we did on a lot of Egghead News shows. We went back to the basics. We did a Batman show. I think Egghead News episode 3 or 4. I think we just came back from combat. We dedicated an entire show just to Batman, as if Batman would be on TV and who could play what character and who could do what. Batman has never been incorporated to its full capacity in any media. We all know that. We've said that constantly. We've been saying that for years. But now getting back and sticking to the subject, he reminded me of Batman 1941. He reminded me of Batman Year One, not Frank Miller's Batman Year One, but just Batman in general Year One. I don't put any uniformity on Batman like most people are quick to do. I saw another version of the Dark Knight, just like they did the Batman had a cowl. Excuse me, Batman had a cowl, and Batman also had a collar. And that seems to be making people crazy. But if you look at Batman elsewhere stories, Batman had a collar, and Batman was a vampire one time. I don't mind these stories. And ladies and gentlemen, you might not like to hear it. And all the DC fans, they never accused us of being Marvel biased, which we're not. But ladies and gentlemen, the DC universe doesn't have any type of footing. They have no foundation. They have anything. You can make these solo movies, and you can make Batman in the Victorian age. You could make Batman in the West. Batman chasing down Jack the Ripper. It's not impossible. I let it go because, ladies and gentlemen, you have to admit to yourself, the DC universe has no foundation, so you can't put those limits. It's not like it's Iron Man, Tony, Thor. They don't have that.
Yeah.
There is no structure. So they can put
Trey,
out these movies. Go right ahead.
This movie, and I want people to understand this, this Batman is not supposed to be a Batman that you are familiar with in the movies.
That's correct.
Look at the symbol. You know what those metal things are supposed to be possibly made of? The gun that shot his parents, yo.
And that's the first time we've ever seen that on film.
This is supposed to be a different Batman. That's what this is supposed to be.
So I'm not disqualifying anybody's disappointment, anybody's gripes, anybody trying to be a funny guy, a heckler, or a joker. Oh wow, anybody trying to be a joker. But this Batman has no strings. No, nothing. There is no formative DC universe like they're doing across the street. Across the street is just structured. Across the street is a machine. That's not happening at DC and Warner Brothers. You could just put out movies as they, whatever the content of the movie is. You don't have to worry about, it sounds so crazy, but you don't have to worry about it connecting, it making sense, none of that's off the hook. All you have to do is have your interpretation. Apparently Matt Reeves had a good enough interpretation. Mm-hmm. He made his pitch, and I love pitching. Everybody loves pitching. He made his pitch, and Warner Brothers said, write a check. Keep writing checks.
Yeah.
Send them all over the world. They're filming in, I think they're in London now. I mean, movie studios don't write checks for nothing. And we'll see how the audience reacts. But you and I both know, we know this Batman movie will make money. This will not fail. The only problem is it's not connected. But there's nothing to connect it to. So that's not the Batman's fault.
This could be the beginning of formulating that universe. If they choose to. This is the opportunity because, like we said before, Gal Gadot is probably gone after this.
And that's sad to know.
But check it out.
She's gone.
But check it out. If the Batman does the numbers, she might reconsider.
Hanging around for a little bit longer.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, look at some people we know who wish they were back on the other side of the street, making all these other movies, collecting paychecks. And we found out collecting paychecks, that's nice, and then we all got to live and everything. But when you've collected so many paychecks where you're just coasting on the interest, you really have to bunker down and start doing good stuff. And wanting to get back in, which even we had talked about earlier, wanting to get back in and messing up the timeline, and I don't think that will happen. So, as far as I feel about the test for this, I'm amped and ready for anything because right now, once again, the DC film property and Warner Brothers, they do not have a structured foundation for me to be upset that Batman looks like a different type of interpretation or a different reality or an Elseworld Batman because you don't have a regular world Batman. So I can't be upset. You can't be mad over what you don't got. You don't got it.
You know, you're absolutely right in that people have to understand that there really is no DC extended universe.
There really isn't. There's not.
But that's how much they want to believe. I want to believe it. That's how much they want to believe that there is. That's how much they want to believe it. And people are mad that this stuff that they believed in will not continue. It can't. You have to make, obviously, the exceptions of Aquaman and possibly Shazam. I mean, they're not going to get rid of him. But and and getting rid of the Flash, doing a whole rework and getting the right people in those characters, man. Because it wasn't about Robert Downey Jr. It wasn't about Chris Evans.
It was building the universe. It was building that universe. Well, apparently, the Flash could be the trouble of getting away from the past. If the Flash movie with Ezra Williams, even if he brings in Cyborg, and no one I know has said anybody objected to Cyborg. I thought Cyborg was great. I just think he was at the raw end of the stick. But they gotta let go of Zachverse. That has to go away. But apparently it's not. And then I think Aquaman is in the same universe with Shazam and soon the upcoming Black Adam with The Rock. I guess they're all in the same universe. We don't know where Wonder Woman is. She's like Captain America now. She's just marching all through the time stream. We have no idea where she is. 84. They reworked the connect. I mean, it's crazy.
You know what I'm looking forward to for Wonder Woman? Two things. And then we'll get back on the subject. And agree with me or disagree with me. The only two things that I'm concerned about Wonder Woman and what I'm curious about is them explaining this whole 84 thing.
Yeah, the whole 84 thing is.
I want to hear the explanation, their rationale, and how they conjured up this idea, right?
Because the one thing it did do, P, it completely obliterated Zach's, I guess, threat line that between BVS and the Wonder Woman movie. She had, wait a minute, she went into retirement, almost like a secret superhero that did things underneath the radar. And prior to that, she went 100 years. Wait, I'm lost. Wait a minute, I'm lost now.
So is this a prequel? These are still prequels to BVS.
BVS,
right?
Yes. This is what happened. But apparently, BVS said she didn't do anything for 100 years. So then, as Bruce Wayne said in the movie, well, where you been? Well, apparently she was around 1984. And as you guys can see from the trailers, it was public. She saved that mall. So how could anybody say she disappeared? It's just, the universe is all discombobbled, and it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. This test footage for the Batman is opening up a lot of doors. And the only thing I will say to the public, and I'm not taking anybody's rights from anything. The public's not. If you want to gripe about it, joke about it, insult it, but then when you say bring back Ben Affleck, it's just all over the page. I'm like I said before,
and I'm not gonna. See here, I haven't said one thing. Everything that I've said, I haven't mentioned Ben Affleck, I think.
Yeah.
Other than the Daredevil stuff.
Yeah.
But this wasn't his fault, man. I think people talked him into this. He didn't want to do it. He wanted to direct. If it was him directing, I was all in.
Oh, yeah. If he would have directed the Justice League, that would have been great.
Yeah, but it wasn't the case. Somebody talked him into it. I don't even think he probably friends with the dude or whoever thought of this being a great idea. Perhaps it was him, who knows? But I'm pretty sure he regrets the decision. I'm pretty sure of it.
You mean regret the decision even all the way from BVS?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. BVS, come on, man. Why do you say that? Why did you say that name? Come on, man. Come on, Trey.
Well, I said because that's what you see on the airwaves. Everybody, bring back Ben Affleck. Bring back Ben Affleck. Really?
You know what they're clinging on to? That scene in the warehouse. That scene was dope.
Yeah, but we both know movies. We both edit. We both know. You can't make a movie just like, hey, what we said about Hulk Smash? I just can't make a 2-hour movie with the Hulk tearing up stuff. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's like making a Freddy Krueger scene. He's just chopping off heads. No plot, no exposition, nothing. Just chop head. Or Jaws, everybody just getting eaten up by a shark. But how'd they get in this water? Like, where are we? Where's the beach? I mean, what they call fast food, they call it fast food. In the music business, they call it fast food. That some audience want Sharknadoes. Those Sharknadoes It's called fast food. It's called fast food. So,
yeah, man. I mean, there's something for everybody, man, but not the majority of people in this. Come on, man. This is not that polarizing. Is that we tend to just not want to talk about it like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? In that we want to see this. No, we don't. No, we don't. There's something better. And for you not to realize it, it's crazy. I don't talk when I ask people, did you like the Justice League? And they told me yes. The conversation is over at that moment.
Yeah, because they really can't tell you why. Except for personal stuff. I like this costume.
Exactly.
Oh, it was good seeing Henry Cavill. Yeah, but what about the
conversation will always be a horrible conversation in listening to someone explain to me how good that movie was.
Yeah, wow. They can't. They really can't.
But I'm looking forward to Matt Reeves' Batman. That's for damn sure.
And you're absolutely right. We are looking forward to this. I open arms, man. Show me something because there's nothing to cling to over there. I'm taking it movie at a time. I have accepted what the DC Films is kicking out. Mm-hmm. I'm taking it a movie at a time. I don't look forward to anything after whatever I just seen. To get back to the test footage of the Batman that was released by Matt Reeves, to me, it's an open door. I'm looking forward to more. More is going to come out, I assume. And I'm assuming that once Wonder Woman hits in June, so what do we got? We got February, March, April, May, June. We got 6 months from now. We're probably going to have a teaser trailer from the Batman accompanied with the Wonder Woman movie. Is that safe to say? They got 5 months to do it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they should. Because you know what's going to get me more excited? It's the dialogue, the movement,
the exposition,
the shots.
If Jeffrey Wright comes off as a Commissioner Gordon, who actually is concerned,
he's going to be amazing. I am looking forward to his performance. Yeah. I'm looking forward to his performance. He'll be amazing,
as he is in Westworld and everything else he's ever done. And that's what Matt Reeves does. That's what Matt Reeves does. If you've seen the Planet of the Apes movies, there's gravitas in the roles, and not just who the actors are. Woody Harrelson can play a fool if he wants to, but then he made Woody Harrelson be an actor and tell you why he this and he that. I mean, Planet of the Apes got a long way from Amber Heard's.
He definitely remade it. He definitely remade it.
So Matt Reeves was never nothing about this property, the Batman, was ever in doubt. People can have some questions about Matt Reeves has kind of blackened up the Batman universe a little bit. Apparently, that girl Lawson, she might be the new Batgirl. Let's wait and see before we jump the gun and saying that he's basically flipped everything on his head a little bit, and we'll see how that works out. I mean, I'm not into pandering also, but Batman doesn't actually need to pander to black people to go see the movie. Black people go see Batman regardless. Yeah. So, and if that's some counteraction by WB to counter Black Panther, that's not going to be enough. Just making Black Girl black to counter the Black Panther, you can forget it. That's not enough. But
that's where it's heading. That's where it's heading. When this movie makes the money that it's going to make, which I'm predicting over 800.
Yeah, over 8.
I'm predicting over 800. If it hits $1 billion, I wouldn't be surprised. How much this movie's going to have.
And why? Because it's still Batman. Batman's still a marketable franchise. Batman did get stained with the Snyder's, just that basically everything else. Superman is the one that got hurt because of Snyder more than Batman. Batman will go on. Superman is the one now in doubt. That's a whole other story. And hopefully JJ will either pick him or Hal Jordan, but either one do something. But anyway, to wrap this up, I'm looking forward to Matt Reeves, the Batman, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see you very soon. We got some more stuff to talk about. As long as the news keeps coming in, we'll be here. Thank you.